Hey friends, how are you today? And welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me first put on my glasses so I can see a little better. And sometimes it just need a little bit of cleaning, but I'll go ahead and proceed. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold. I am your host, and of course, my credentials right on the bottom. I'm also about to graduate from Cornell University with a background and certification in blockchain essential. I had to take a lot of classes, a lot of courses just to earn that certificate. And I learned so much about the blockchain, cryptocurrency, and a couple of other things. So why am I here today? Why I'm here online? Well, as you noticed earlier today on the first video I done today, I talked extensively about the digital currency, the monetary authority, launching of international's CBDC. And I talk extensively how that's going to impact on the economy, the global market, business, commercial business, private sector, okay, including the local. So how is that all going to affect us? Just wait and see. Because there is a bigger implication of this uh, digital currency monetary authority in consideration of the MUM, monetary universal, well, actually, universal monetary unit, which is UMU, which you're going to find out in a little bit. So I just thank you for your time. I'm shooting out in the wind right here. I'm pulling up my information from the internet, and I'm going to share what I come to understand. That way, you can see what I'm talking about. And there again, there's global implications to this. This may affect you. This may not affect you. This may affect your 401, your 501, your business. It can affect you as a individual who imports or do business globally. It can affect your state government, your local government, and your federal government. It can affect a number of things. And it's part of a movement of that equality, diversity, and inclusion. This whole thing is about inclusion, diversity, equality, okay? Even to our finances, to a world government. It's going to be, we're heading toward, in my opinion, as a pastor, minister, in my opinion, theologically, I believe we're heading towards a one world government. And right now, they hit you with policies. They're going to hit you with a national policy, international policy. They're going to hit you with a monetary fund that's international, universal. And if you see right here in front of me, right on one of my logos, you're going to see the word digital currency monetary authority. Did you not know there's a digital currency out that's far greater than Bitcoin, far greater than Ethereum, far greater Solana, far greater on Dogecoin and Dogecoin? Because the digital currency monetary authority created this universal monetary unit, which you see on the screen right now. And there's a bunch of implication with this, some good, some bad, some indifferent, but it's all boiled down to inclusion. I want you to look up the word inclusion in regards to equality, diversity, and equality, diversity, and inclusion. Okay, and I found that out from the IMF, the leader of the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, who's in charge of the International Monetary Fund. Okay, so I want you to listen to me very carefully, guys. And as I walk you through this the best way I can, and that way you'll have a clear understanding of what's going on. How does it affect blockchain? How does it affect cryptocurrency as a whole? Because it is a cryptocurrency movement. Take your dollar bills and hang it up, because instead of the Security Exchange being overall in charge, the Security Exchange Commission of the United States is going to take their orders, and I really believe this, in my opinion, from the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, or IMN/IMF. So if a national government like just Russia screws up, we're not even going to do sanction, but we're going to do something to your currency where you can't even trade. And I believe that's part of the sanction package. the digital monetary way, and that's probably the reason why, in my opinion, why China, Russia, India, Iran, Brazil are forming this brick as a counterweight. Okay, but that's not going to work because everybody globally is on this digital current monetary, this universal monetary unit, which is a global unit, guys. And it just makes it easier. You can do transactions no matter what your foreign exchange is, or whatever your monetary is, wherever your decentralized digital currency is. This makes it easier to trade. If you see behind my photograph, you're going to see two connexes. Both of them, United States on the left, or your right, whatever the case may be, and China, CCP. Okay? Chinese Communist Party. There you go. That's where it is. So I'm going to share this. I'm going to share some videos. It may blow your mind. And you decide what's going to happen. You just have something to think about, okay? And then you can fill it. And I encourage you to like, subscribe. Please subscribe. That's support that helps me. Share, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or any other platform, because this needs to go out. Because there's a bigger picture, and according to Revelation, in the book of Revelation, touches on this. Okay, so keep an eye out. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. And again, I thank you so much for chiming in and watching this recorded video, and thank you for chiming in earlier for watching my live stream as well. So I'm going to go here, and we're going to learn something about this digital currency news. I'm going to give you the news from FinTech, okay? We're going to talk about financial technology, because being a person like myself in the blockchain, we're dealing with financing transactions that's in through the digital world side that is totally different than the monetary side of tradition of doing exchange as we have done in the past with dollars and coins, okay? So, digital currency monetary authorities launch International CBDC, which stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. So I'm going to go ahead and read that to you, okay? And y'all just bear with me. I already done a video earlier. All right. So, this is April 13th. This does affect you, because that's what happened. And it goes connects to FedNow, because FedNow launched from our side of the planet July 1st. And that's dealing with digital too, and banking, okay? So the Universal Monetary Unit, UMU, symbolized as U, can transact in any legal tender settlement currency, as is designed to enforce banking regulations and protect financial integrity of the international banking system. Did y'all hear that? Not only can do transaction, it just gives everybody a equal platform when it comes to doing transactions. So not one transaction is greater than the other. Of course, the United States leads the way in value, the European Union. But what about Zimbabwe? What about countries like Pakistan? What about countries like Argentina? What about Mexico? What about the Philippines and Japan? The yen in China? I believe this gives everybody an equal platform and do transactions as far as their settlement of their currency and on the foreign exchange. And it's designed to enforce banking regulations, protect the financial integrity. But I'm going to tell you something. You try to do some money laundering, you can forget it. Those days are over. So we got the UMU. You understand what UMU is, right? Okay? You see the symbol right here. That's a UMU. That's a unit, one unit of the Universal Monetary Unit. Kind of remind me of the World Federation. But anyway, that's also known as the unicorn, because universal coin, UMU, is powered by what? Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is here, guys. I did some studies on that from Cornell University, and it really opened my eyes and understanding how artificial intelligence is playing a major part in our economic system, in our ability to do transaction locally and internationally. It thinks on a microseconds, very fast. It can counteract you. It can beat you on a game of chess, in so many different denominated ways. And it can be used in trading. Give you an estimate of how things projectably can be in 3 to 5 years. Okay, and kind of remind me of Star Trek when Captain Kirk asked the computer a question. The computer with the artificial intelligence gives you an answer, and it also, can you give me a projection of that? What's our percentage of likelihood to survive? And it does the calculations, and it gives them that potential of survival. So it's interaction. So I mean, UMU. This UMU is powered by artificial intelligence. So if you're at Cornell University or MIT, Virginia Tech, Florida A&T or A&M, or any other type Ivy League colleges, you're going to learn about artificial intelligence. You got folks already working in those professions right now who got to earn those credentials, not just in blockchain, but artificial intelligence and digital finance, in all aspects of this platform in which we're in, this digital platform that we're all in, because it all affects how you purchase your mortgage. It affects how you purchase purchase a mortgage from start to finish without a middleman. It's all there. I mean, you can buy what's this thing called? NFT or NFI. I can't remember, but anyway, non-fungible items. You can buy non-fungible items or fungible items through this. I mean, some things have value. You can buy a painting that was digitally mastered, and it has a value, and each one is unique. So I'm here to tell you guys, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I mean, any politician who tells you that we're not going to have a digital platform, we're not going to go crypto in any form, fashion, is lying to you. But also this UMC, this UMU, the Universal Monetary Unit right here, also complies with the recent crypto asset policy recommendation proposal by the, what's that? What does IMF stand for, guys? IMF stands for International Monetary Fund. Who's pushing this thing? International Monetary Fund. And can be configured to operate according to the central bank regulation of each participating jurisdiction. And guess what? Who's participating? Every country on the planet is participating. Every country in the United Nations is participating, guys. I hope I'm not being too enthusiastic too, but I'm excited and afraid at the same time, because I'm living in my age at 58. I'm seeing this, and it's just funny. I've always been part of technology. I was an electronics major. I'm a digital major back at time at Virginia State, and the world has changed over and then some. What I know back then is nothing now. So that's why I'm back in school. Let me read some more. The bank can attach SWIFT codes and bank accounts to the universal monetary unit, digital currency wallet, and transaction SWIFT like cross-border payments over digital currency rail bypass. And I thought smart contract was something, But you got a digital currency rail bypass, the corresponding banking system at best price wholesale foreign exchange, which FX stands for, rates with an instantaneous real-time settlement. So it's going to make it instantaneous, just like that Fed now. It's going to make it instantaneous. It's going to make all your transactions instantaneous. And, it's going to make world transaction instantaneous. You're not going to, because of that what? Because of what? Artificial intelligence. It's the way to the future. It's right now. I'm late. I've been late since 2011. That's how late I am. The DCMA, the Digital Currency Monetary Authority Executive Director Daryl Hubbard and Chief Architect of the Universal Monetary Unit said the Universal Monetary Unit, I'm saying the whole word instead of the acronym, strengthens the international monetary system by helping the IMF, which stands for International Monetary Fund, achieve its stated mandate to provide economic and financial stability to its member state. Inclusion, as one of the directors had mentioned. The Universal Monetary Unit is a game changer in how cross-border payments are transacted. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? And mitigated against seasonal, systematic local currency depreciation. So if you trade in, you're like country like Uganda, or Uzbekistan, their currency is depreciating. What this UMU going to do is going to equalize the value, so people from that country or governments from that country can make purchases on an equal platform. That makes sense? Instead of paying more higher prices because their value of their money is less than the value of the seller. They're buying from another country with a higher foreign exchange rate on their money, where their country has a lower exchange rate because it's less value, but it gives them the even playing field to do business, as this article nicely states. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, this is Prime News Wire, guys. And I'm giving you some background first before I go to the meat of the subject, and because I want you to understand perfectly how this thing really works, okay? So the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, DCMA, I want you to understand, I want you to memorize that if you don't mind. I got some, okay, it did launch as an international central bank digital currency. I already showed you how it looked like. You know how it looks like. Let's move on. And now this is in Washington, D.C., was dated April 10th. And remember, they had a big, huge hoopah on the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., to discuss, to come with an agreement, and launch, which they did. Okay? So today, as of April, and it says today at the International Monetary Fund, Spring Meet, and remember that Monetary Fund, IMF, is located in D.C. Spring Meet in 2023, the Digital Currency Monetary Authority announced their official launch of an international central bank digital currency that strengthens the monetary sovereignty of participating central banks and complies with the recent crypto asset policy recommendation proposal by the IMF. It reads on, the Universal Monetary Unit, UMU, symbolize what? And C, characters, okay? Or characteristic. I thought it was Greek, actually. Is legally a money commodity. Did y'all hear what I said? It's legal a money commodity. Can transact in any legal tender, settlement, currency. I'm going to say that one more time for my students who just didn't get it right. The UMU is a legal money commodity, can transact in any legal tender. So no matter what your country's tender is, it can do transactions. If I'm doing in euro, it'll transact. If I'm doing it in dineros, I can do transact. If it's in the American dollar, I can do transaction. If I can do it in a pound, I can do transaction. Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter the legal tender. It can be done. It's a inclusive, equality, diversity, taking diversified amount of currency, making it a one currency. One currency. Okay? I have my nose hit you. I'm sorry. and function like a central bank digital currency to enforce banking regulations and protect financial integrity of the international banking system. And if you look to your right, you see this little flyer right, this little board, I'm having a hard time saying it, as this JPEG or link right here, just blow it up. Look at all these flags. I see Liberia, I see Singapore flags in it, I see United States flag in it, I see Switzerland, I see Netherlands, I see Finland, Sweden, Russia, India, Pakistan, I see Iran, I see also countries like from South America, Brazil, and Argentina, just to name a few. But the world government, every last one of them, are connected to this spring meeting and let's launch this endeavor. Okay? How is it going to affect you? It's going to affect you big time. It's already working. Okay? They already did test trials already. Why do you think our federal government launched FedNow around the same year this is launched? About 4 months later. Because it's all in unison. It's all part of the plan, guys. It's all about the inclusion plan. So the banks now can attach SWIFT codes locked together like a blockchain, okay? Bank accounts to the UMU, which is the Universal World Monetary Unit, that's that coin, digital currency wallet, and transaction SWIFT like cross-border payments from here to here in an instant. Over digital currency rail, completely bypassing correspondent banking system at a best price wholesale foreign exchange rate with the instantaneous time settlement. That's why people are trading on crypto. That's why people using artificial intelligence to do transactions and trade, because it's done in an instant. It's that fast. By the time I snap my finger, 300 transactions already done. By the time I thought about doing it, 300,000 transactions already done. Okay? And I mean 300,000, not 300. Okay? That's just my opinion. You do the research. I mean, like I said, the blockchain essential course, and there's blockchain, digital finance, IF, all into this thing. And it's much bigger than you think, guys. And I know you don't see it on your news a lot, and you probably never will unless you take a class or you're into finance. I mean, guys, if you're in the insurance business, would it be great when your constituent, your customer, fill out a claim and that claim is paid in an instant instead of taking days? Tornado knocked down a house roof, tore off a roof. Estimator already did their work, and the claim is paid in an instant. That's where we are, guys. Okay? That's where we are. So, an IMF, International Monetary Fund interview with Tobias Adrian, financial counselor in the International Monetary Fund, had he state, cross-border payments can be slow. Yes, it can. Expensive. Yes, it can. And risky. Yes, it can. In today's world, payment counterparties in different jurisdictions, meaning countries, rely on costly, trusted relationship to offset the lack of common settlement assets together with a common rule and governance. But imagine if multilateral platform exists that could improve cross-border payments at the same time transforming foreign exchange transaction, risk sharing, and more general financial contracting. That's the blockchain, guys, especially in Ethereum, because it gives their customer a platform that is trustworthy. Now, this thing right here, it got to be in a platform, probably Ethereum, which is the most common use, be in a platform where it's trusted and secured and very fast. Artificial intelligence backed. This is where it is, guys. This is where it is. And he continue on, the director continues, and the chief architect of the UMU said this vision expressed by the IMF is the exact solution for the DCMA, which stands for what? digital currency monetary authority. Okay? It's delivering to the central bank worldwide. It's a solution to a problem. Slow, risk. And the risk of being compromised, It's nothing like where $50 million stolen, okay, or lost, or $100 million lost through a transaction, or the order was never transacted, the money was never received, okay? Here, the risk sharing is intact, and not to mention trust, okay? Worldwide. Adopting a global localization public monetary system architect, the universal monetary unit can be configured to operate according to the central bank regulation of each participating jurisdiction. Did y'all get that? Now, George Walker, and I'm just reading it off. You can be listening in, and hopefully this will be very helpful to you. But he's a partner of Practice LLP, specialized in international law, facilitated meeting between the DCMA and the IMF and DC. He states, although the IMF has not officially endorsed Universal Monetary Unit, it reviews the DCMA white paper and weekly team discussion. The IMF have yet to state any objection to UMU foreign exchange premium rate and its monetary sovereignty approach. No objections from them, okay? No objections, all right? So that's a positive and direct. That's from an attorney's point of view if dealing with international law. And another statement, UMU is not attempting to disrupt, and it's from Daryl again, international monetary system that's already in place. Of course, I'm just adding that to it because I already pre-read it. In fact, it strengthens it by helping the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, achieve its stated mandate to provide economic financial stability to its member states. And that's everybody. The Universal Monetary Unit is a game changer in how cross-border payments are transacted, mitigated against seasonal and systematic local currency depreciation, which I have already talked about. So I'm going to stop right there. You can go to this website or just Google UMU, Universal Monetary Unit, to give you more insight and read additional articles that covers this, guys, because it's big. Merchants, here's another statement here. I'm just going to read that part here because I'm almost at the end. Universal merchants and trading partners can accept UMU for equivalent market value. Stop right there. Equivalent market value, no matter what your value of your currency in your country. Doesn't matter. You want 500 euros of this as equivalent to 500 euros? Guess what? You got 500, you got 5,000, 500 million, 5 million dinarios. Well, guess what? UMU going to equalize it where you both can exchange monetary, so products and services can be achieved worldwide. And I believe that's the premise for this whole thing. Okay? I really believe that. The UMU has a premium exchange rate built into the wallet and convert any settlement currency amount in equivalent UMU amount. Inclusion again, guys. Inclusion, diversity, equality. It's all there, built in. Universal Monetary Unit is a cryptocurrency. Did y'all know it's a cryptocurrency? It is. Is cryptocurrency reimagined from the ground up to support central banks, regulate financial institutions like your banks, insurance companies, financial institutions, stock exchange, foreign, you never know. Could be the thing that regulates like places like Binance. You want to do cryptocurrency. It is a cryptocurrency, okay? And feature trust and consensus protocol. A trust consensus protocol. I remember when I was in college, we learned about POT. POT stands for proof of trust. And that's where the most blockchain operate, okay? But in this case, they added a something new to it, which is called stake proof of trust, okay, which spells out SPOT, okay, not POT, but SPOT protocol, and multidimensional DLT, multidimensional, okay, capable of supporting any assets, or liabilities, ledgers, enabling for full service digital banking and international trade payment. I wonder if I want to pay in Bitcoins, but they're talking about all asset. Bitcoin is an asset. Ethereum is an asset. It's a digital asset. It's a cryptocurrency. It's still an asset. Dogecoin is an asset. Your home is an asset, or your car is a liability. There's a difference, okay? Something where they can liability ledger, enable full service digital banking and international trade payments. So that's how payments can do. Let's make the payments, okay? We're going to use this to make the payments. All right? Does that make sense, everybody? So the digital currency monetary authorities introduced the universal monetary unit as crypto 2.0 because it innovates a new wave of cryptographics technologies for realizing a digital currency public monetary system, guys, with a widespread adoption framework encompassing use cases for all constituencies in a global economy. We're going to include everybody, including Afghanistan, okay, and Iraq. So it gives you that. That's what that DCMA is going to do. That's what that UMU going to do. And that's how it works. It's crypto 2.0, okay? Bitcoin's not going anywhere, guys. Ethereum's not going anywhere. Blockchain's not going anywhere, okay? And neither is any other digital form asset or crypto or digital asset or physical asset. Not to manage smart control. You got to have smart control contracts out there to keep things under control. But they're using SPOT, okay, which is a good thing. So let's talk about the digital currency monetary authority. Here's a question. Here's the answer. The digital currency monetary authority, I'm just going to read it to you in case you're driving, is a world leader in the advocacy of digital currency and monetary policy innovation for governments and central banks. Membership with the DCMA consists of sovereign state. You name a country, that's a sovereign state. Commercial, retail bank, and other financial institutions. And there's the website, dcma.io. It'll take you there. And matter of fact, I'm going to step away from here for a second. DCMA.io. There it is, guys. Here it is. This is their official website. And we're going to cover, and I'm going to cover with you what this whole thing is all about. Okay? In just a second. So I'll get back to it. You see all these flags? Just like the United Nations. Every country is listed here. So let me go back. And also keep in mind, the Universal Monetary Unit, as known as Unicoin, is an innovation of store of value cryptography powered by artificial intelligence. I say again, it's all powered by artificial intelligence. It adopts a central bank and monetary policy framework to ensure it has continuous purchasing demand. That fast. Purchasing demand. Minimum price volatility and annual asset pricing target. That's where it is. And of course, you want to learn more about that UMU white paper is available. Here's the link. And here's the person that wrote it and their email. But since we're talking about DCMA, let's go to the digital currency monetary authority. They have the authority, but but who they belong to? IMF, International Monetary Fund, and these guys work together. Okay, so let's take a look. DCMA is a world leader advocacy. I already shared that with you. It's public information. Monetary Authority, our main mission is to enable trade globalization through monetary integration of international payments and settlement while strengthening the national economy, monetary sovereignty. Okay? The first wave of the cryptographic cash was designed. Stop. Did they say cryptographic cash? Yes, they did. Was designed for public untrusted network. The DCMA reimagines the next wave of cryptographic innovation engineered for adoption by central bank, retail, commercial bank, fintech, which is basically financial technology, governments, and cryptocurrency exchange. Right there. Let me highlight that word for you. So that includes Bitcoin, the blockchains, Ethereum, Binance, Bitcoin. What's the other one called? The other thing that does exchange, Coinbase and Cash App, just to name a few. Network, the Unicorn Network is a decentralized international banking network open to central banks, retail and commercial banks, fintech, government, cryptocurrency exchange. Now, I highlighted that to make a point. We talk about centralization a lot for the United States government. The Security Exchange emphasized centralization because everything's becoming decentralized and it's going. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Security Exchange is going to have to make a change of policy and accept decentralized international banking and banking as a whole because the whole world's gone there. It's gone there, guys. So I just wanted to point that out to you so you'll understand this is where it's at, you know. And I pray those of you who are taking courses, this is good information. Keep it with you. Look at it, digest it again, go back to your class. I mean, this is good stuff. The Unicorn Network provides our financial service provider, FSP, financial service provider, access to revenue-generating digital financial service. Somebody's making billions. Somebody just became a billionaire a few years ago, maybe 2011, 2012. So whoever come up with this concept is a billionaire now. Okay? Whoever, a leader in what country that got involved, they're multi-million billionaires. Okay? Central bank can deploy in reliance CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency Monitoring System, adopted by the Unicorn Network, Crypto 2.0 protocol. So, is America going crypto? Well, let's take a look at El Salvador. They went crypto as they replaced their monitoring exchange with crypto and was able to pay their national debt. The Bahamas has also gone crypto and also booming as well. Nigeria has done the same. All cash is now worthless. So it's gone digital, okay? Some people gone off and screaming at the banks, but there's nothing you can do. Everything's going to, and guess what, America, in another 2 to 3 years, in my opinion, American banks going to start saying, turn in your cash. Turn in your cash, turn in your coin. Remember they started all that scare about there's a shortage of coins, and a lot of people voluntarily turn in their coins? Well, that's their way of saying, bring your coins in my opinion. Back in the and that pandemic worked perfectly as planned. Oops, sorry about that. I'm just saying. So it's right here in writing, guys. And a lot of things I just said that people start coming out saying is true. But anyway, Universal Monetary Unit. Unicorn Network is powered by the Universal Monetary Unit. It's powered by the UMU, aka Unicorn Coin. The Universal Monetary Unit is an innovation of store value cryptography. Anybody want to study cryptography in college? There's a course in cryptography, guys, that is utilized for cryptographic, which brings it to cash, okay? It is continuous demand money commodity leveraged monetary policy to minimize high volatility and to ensure continued market demand. Universal World Monetary Unit can be adopted as an official currency for settling trade payment and as a central bank cash reserve currency to mitigate against seasonal systematic local currency depression. So if a country's economy plummets and their value of their money goes down, this is the backup. Okay? It's backup. Universal Monetary Unit can be purchased in a local currency. Wow, I didn't know that. And for each national economy strengthening central banking monetary sovereignty. Central bank can enter into a bilateral agreement with Universal Monetary Unit if they prefer to hold UMU on their CBDC ledger. And if guys, if you're going to take up anything with blockchains, essentials, or anything with computer science with the financial exchange or digital financial, then you will have to know this stuff. Okay? Crypto 2.2 is what it is. And here's some other additional articles. $30 trillion in crypto could go to, according to the BA analysts. Okay? Not Bitcoin. It's not a Bitcoin thing. Digital Currency Monetary Authority introduced global digital banking. June 22nd. Global Crypto Digital Asset Webinar. You got webinars. I mean, they want you to know. University of Maryland, University of the whole, a public lecture on cryptocurrency. Hey, I didn't know that. So there's going to be webinars, and there's a lot of webinars that I'm looking to attend through Cornell University for free. And there are other certifications that will educate you, because what they want to do is educate the public either by payment or for free. I know, MIT got a free class in it. I'm going to investigate that and find out, or do you have to be a regular student to take the class? But I saw something that they could have. They're offering a free class on cryptocurrency. So I'm going to check into that. But the world has changed, ladies and gentlemen, because inclusion, diversity, equality is here. And for you saints of God, let us pray that they do not go against us, because they have. I mean, that's just my theological perspective, because that mark of the beast is real, and it's not always a mark on your forehead. It's not a mark on your forehead. It's your thought process and how you're dealing with transaction. And when you have an artificial intelligence, that's the mark. And there's no way to get around it, guys. There's no way to get around that mark, in my opinion. Do some research. Take some classes, financial-driven class, banking class, and make sure they're driven on blockchain essentials, okay? But that's the reality. This is our reality, guys. I'm not finished yet. Not finished yet. Hold on. Here's another article. Bank Italy to pick Polygon to, and this is just a little fun right here, to experiment with institutional what? Digital finance. So in case you don't know what DEFi stands for, and you can take a class on digital finance, college teaches digital finance right now. That's DEFi stands for digital finance. So known as a prolific business network, Polygon Lab, which is also a coin too, hit another adoption milestone. This time, the Bank of Italy, central bank, selected Ethereum scaling network, which is our blockchain, Ethereum blockchain, okay, to interface financial institutions with decentralized finance, decentralized finance. So decentralization is growing, it's becoming inclusion, but it's decentralized. We're no longer going to, in my opinion, have a centralized banking system. We're evolving, in my opinion, to a decentralized platform that is in operations right now. I really believe that. I see that. I mean, look at here. I mean, the protocols in place, they're teaching us the decentralized protocols right now. Okay? With crypto custodians, hold on for a second. When crypto custodian Fireblock Polygon will be an onboarding rail for Italy, TradeFi, okay? Experiment into decentralized finance. Is this the beginning of real world assets tokenization trend? Sure it is. Sure it is. And I'm going to read this last part. It seems odd that central bank would dabble into its opposite, decentralized finance. However, there is only so much innovative talent to go around. This is why Italian central bank established the what? Millennial Hub. Like Singapore, Hong Kong, and the United Arab Emirates Crypto Hub Initiative, the Bank of Italy deploys a Milano Hub, and I'm sorry I tore up the pronunciation, but please forgive me, in the late 2020 to push financial technology envelope 3 years after establishing the FinTech Financial Technology District for International Startup. They're helping people go understand it and learn this thing and implement this. Like FinTech District, Milano Hall is a virtual and physical space to host Italy's financial digitalization effort, particularly integrating blockchain technology, and I know it's Ephraim, into existing financial system. And I'm here to tell you guys, the United States on its way not too far away from that. Okay. Now, if you got Western Europe all in, and then Central Europe is falling behind, because I know Poland, I know the Czech Republic is involved because they're teaching it in their college and university, and I know they have institutions because I already looked it up. I know that the Slovakia is involved. I know a lot of the Czech Republic is involved. I mean, from Italy on up, I can't speak. I know Ukraine got it too. Ukraine has it too. Decentralization is where it is, guys. Inclusion, diversity, equality is all in. And I'm talking the financial side, not the other side. I'm not for the other side. I'm in for the financial side. And those who are in the game now are going to win. South Africa's involved. I know Nigeria's involved. I know most of the national Egypt, Morocco. I can't remember all the other African nations. Kenya, I know for sure. Swaziland, I know for sure. Tanzania is looking into it and setting their own system up. But it's just a matter of time. The whole plan is going. If you want to play, if you want to prosper for your people, you got to play. That's just how it is. That's just the reality. And I'm here to say that some of that reality is going to be good. Some of that reality is not so good. If you're looking at maintaining freedom, forget it. In my opinion, I think people are going to lose more freedom. We're going to be under this big, as in quote, China initiative, Belt and Road, similar to the Belt and Road Initiative in a way to me, except digitally. So I don't know. We just have to see. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Now I already showed you earlier this one right here. Okay. UMU. I already showed you DCMA. Allow me to introduce you to the IMF. IMF is the International Monetary Fund. It is based in Washington, D.C. Okay? It's based in Washington, D.C. And what are their purpose? Let's look at the about, okay? The IMF works to achieve sustainable growth, prosperity for all of its 190 member countries. Do y'all see that? 190 member countries. It does so by supporting economic policies that promote financial stability, monetary cooperation, which are essential to increase productivity, job creation, and economic well-being. And I'm here to tell you guys, in my opinion, they're creating a lot of jobs because if you're in the tech world and you're into the decentralized finance and cryptography and cryptographics, then you're going to be fine. If you're not in it, and I hope that there's a need for other things. Don't get me wrong. There's a need for other things too. We still need plumbers. We need civil engineers desperately. And we definitely need carpenters desperately. And they get paid very well. Same thing with nurses, desperately. So don't think that you got to be on one thing, okay, to win. But yes, IMF is serious about this. And it's global. It's global. This right here is the most scariest moment of my life to see this woman right here. Because you're going to see a video that she's going to present, and she's going to present some stuff that maybe not so good. Good for everybody else, but maybe not so good for the Christians. I'm not sure. So when did this IMF get started? IMF got started. It was established in 1944, right in the middle towards the end of the war in Europe. In the aftermath of the Great Depression of the 1930s, 44 founding countries sought to build a framework for international economic cooperation. Today's members embrace 190 countries, with a staff drawn from 150 countries. Wow. The IMF is governed by and accountable to those 190 countries, and that make up its near global membership. How they are organized, as it states right here at the top, the organizational structure is Board of Governors. Day-to-day work the IMF is to overseen by its 24 members, Executive Board, which represent the entire membership and supported by IMF staff. Managing Director is the head of the IMF staff and chair of the Executive Board. He is assisted by 4 deputy managing directors. I'm surprised they didn't say them they. So how are they financed? The IMF's resource mainly comes from money that countries, the 190 of them pay as their capital subscriptions when they become members. Each member of the IMF is assigned a quota based broadly on its relative position in the world economy. Countries can then borrow from this pool when they fall into financial difficulty. Like Greece, Pakistan, and there's one other country right off the coast on the Indian Ocean with India. And I can't think of the name to say my life. I don't have my map in front of me. But yes, you find into financial difficulty, you can't pay government staff or your military, maintain stability, you need money, you go to the IMF or the World Bank for assistance. And since you're a member, you can get a loan. Lending provides loans and to include emergency loans to member countries experience actual or potential balance of payment problem. The aim is to help them rebuild their international reserve, stabilize their currency, continue paying for imports, and restore conditions for strong economic growth. They also have a surveillance portion, Big Brother. And there's a video description for each one. International monetary system and global economic development to identify risk and recommend policies for growth and financial stability. The fund also undertakes a regular health check of the economic and financial policy of its 190 members, countries. In addition, the IMF identifies possible risks to the economic stability of its member countries and advise their governments on possible policy adjustment. You got lending right here, facts right here, 190 members, 150 members, national staff. I mean, everybody from every country just about is represented. 24 executive directors representing 190 countries. IMF annual reports. Pretty transparent, guys. Got podcasts, magazine, blogs, pretty much research, countries and regions, IMF history. And there's COVID-19 right here, but where's the rest of it? Halting, recovering, let's see, and more. I mean, it's all there. And that's, my friends, the IMF in a nutshell. Okay? Every country, 190 countries represented that's participating. Now, let's take a look at this video right here from the IMF. That's going to talk about the IMF. This video talks about IMF looking to global platform of digital currency. So I want you to hear, I'm going to be quiet. It's a minute and 23 seconds from World is One News, and hear what they have to say.
The CBDC, or the Central Bank Digital Currency, is all set to go global thanks to the International Monetary Fund, which is working on a global platform for CBDC transactions. The IMF wants countries to agree on a common framework for digital currencies for two main reasons here. A common law will help in easy transaction of CBDCs around the world. A global framework will keep a check on unregulated cryptocurrencies. Speaking at a banking conference, IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva said that CBDCs could help promote financial inclusion across the world. She said, I'm quoting here, if countries develop CBDCs only for domestic deployment, we are underutilizing their capacity. For this reason, IMF is working on the concept of a global CBDC platform. CBDCs are digital currencies that are backed by a country's central bank. That's unlike cryptocurrencies, which are totally unregulated. Several central banks are looking at CBDCs as a potential asset. Reports suggest that 114 central banks are at some stage of CBDC exploration.
Okay. It's all about inclusion, and 114 central banks are in some stage of central bank digital currency exploration. 114 countries. That's extraordinary. Give it another 10 years, 5 or 10 years, and every last one of them will be up to par. United States, we way behind. I don't know what's going on with our central bank digital currency department, but we'll see. We'll see. Nothing's promised, nothing guaranteed. Anything could happen. But I just want to share that piece of video. Now I'm going to share another one. Now this one here is the central bank digital currency for financial inclusion. Inclusion. Remember, diversity, equality, and inclusion. That is law. That is policy. Not law yet, but policy. That is enforceable like law. Go to your nearest university and your job and find out. You'll find out different. You'll find out that's how it is. But it's worldwide. It's the central bank is doing it. The IMF is doing it. The United Nations pushing it. The European Union is pushing it. The world is pushing it. Diversity, inclusion, equality, inclusion. So I want you to listen to this first 10 minutes of this video, and then you can go back and watch it yourself. Just remember to type in central bank digital currency for financial inclusion, risk, and reward. I may play the whole thing. I don't know. I'm just going to play some portion of it, and you decide what's best for you. I'm already almost an hour. So here we go.
Joining me happily to say we are so excited to have you. It is really a happy moment for us to welcome Her Majesty Queen Maxima, who has spared no effort to be a champion for financial inclusion, especially financial inclusion of women.
Now, she's in charge of the International Monetary Fund. She is the managing director, okay? Manager director of the International Monetary Fund, okay? And remember, she used that word inclusion heavenly, very. She emphasized that word inclusion. Listen up, Christians. The inclusion language. We must use it.
She is a special advocate for inclusive finance for development for the Secretary General. By the way, he's also here at the World Bank right now. And she has used her incredible star power to improve the lives of hundreds of millions of people. It gives me tremendous pleasure to give the floor to Her Majesty Queen Maxima to talk to us as she always does with incredible clarity about the CBDCs and financial inclusion. What are the risks? What are the rewards? Ladies and gentlemen of the IMF and guests, please welcome Queen Maxima.
Well, with such an introduction, I hope I do not say something that is not below your expectations, Kristalina. Thank you so much for having me here, because it is a pleasure to be back with you in person at this year's annual meeting.
She's a queen of Netherlands. I just want to let you know there's a monarchy still in Netherlands. Okay.
Finally in person. These are difficult times for people everywhere, and we're all seeking new ways to tackle the challenges before us, from COVID to conflict, to inflation, to climate change. In that context, the rise of inclusive finance offers a genuine good news story. Finally, some good news. Over the last decade, a quarter of the world's adult population has gained access to financial services. Today, 76% of adults globally are now in some way financially included. This has...
Hold up, guys. When she's talking about 70%, she's talking about 70% of the Arab population. Those who are Arabs in the Middle East receive financial inclusion, probably through financial support, financial loans, something like that, or opportunities to start up financial startups for businesses. So,
provided billions of people with new opportunities to build resilience, weather shocks, and invest in a more prosperous future. Today, we're here to discuss a potential new tool that many see as an opportunity to increase inclusion even further. Central banks around the world are considering whether to issue their own digital currencies, or CBDCs, and are eager to understand the opportunities and risks that they might bring. If designed and implemented with inclusion in mind, CBDCs could offer many options to expand access to the underbanked and to serve the vulnerable and the poor. But they also pose new challenges and risks, which will require sound approaches to overcome. So I am encouraged that we are doing our homework and proceeding with a certain caution. Financial inclusion often starts but does not end with the ability to make and receive payments. As we know, traditional financial services create many roadblocks for the poor, such as high transaction fees, minimum account balances, or formal proof of identification. New digital financial services also face obstacles for the poor, such as low level of trust in digital systems, lack of smartphones, certainly among certain groups, among other challenges. CBDCs could help provide the best of both worlds, encouraging providers to lower costs and broaden access, while also incorporating the advantages of central bank money, such as safety, finality, liquidity, and integrity. CBDCs could also aid in upgrading and connecting payment systems, both domestically and across borders, with all the benefits of having interoperable systems. Now, countries with limited financial infrastructure could also leapfrog directly to a CBDC arrangement, connecting to an inclusive, safe, and efficient payment system. But all these possible advantages are not a foregone conclusion. The implementation of any CBDCs would need to be accompanied by policy reforms and safeguards to address difficulties and risks. These include low level of financial and digital literacy and operational challenges, including cybersecurity.
That's right.
Policy reforms should also prevent disintermediation. That is the danger that money will be held in large amounts in CBDC wallets rather than as deposits in commercial banks. That could make it unavailable for lending, for mortgages, or working capital for small entrepreneurs. A good design of CBDCs could actually give people more control of their transactional data and the ability to share it with a wider set of financial sector providers. Yet, growing concerns about data privacy would need to be addressed by hardwiring personal data protections into the structure of a CBDC. It is clear that more dialogue, research, and trials are needed to show how and when CBDCs can best become engines of financial inclusion. And more work is needed to understand the unique value addition vis-à-vis existing payment systems such as mobile money or real-time high-value digital payments. So how to proceed further? The Bank for International Settlements, the IMF, and the World Bank can help governments and central banks to exchange knowledge and undertake research alongside academics such as those at the MIT Media Lab. Global platforms like the G20 and G7 can provide venues to develop common understanding and principles, and possibly even standards. Tech sprints, like the one run by the Indonesian G20 with the BIS Innovation Hub, give us a chance to see innovative private sector use cases and solutions. And the World Bank, the GIZ, and possibly other donors can mobilize the finance needed to test and assist in the design and implementation of CBDCs in emerging economies. By bringing partners together, we can build more understanding on how to balance design choices between privacy protection and transparency, and to ensure both financial inclusion and financial integrity and, of course, stability. If designed properly, CBDCs could hold great promise to support digital financial systems that work for everyone. But that is a very important if. So I sincerely look forward to today's discussion, and I thank you everyone for your commitment, and please do not forget the inclusion dimension of this conversation. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys, I'm just going to stop it right there, but you're welcome to go to the IMF channel on YouTube and to watch this video in its entirety. It's a very interesting video. It's very interesting conversations, a lot of questions, a lot of answers. There's pros and cons when it comes to any digital platform or blockchain or central decentralization of banking. Because with decentralization of banking, I mean, they're working hard. I know through my class, there are protocols in place and lessons learned from 2018, 2017, 2019, and of course last year when FTX flopped. But there's a lot of security protocols that's been improved. A lot of transparency has improved because you want to be in a platform that's totally transparent. And I agree in a lot of points with the Queen of Netherlands, okay? Because what she's talking right now, some basic fundamentals of the blockchain science, and then also not just digital currency, but finance, decentralized finance. So take in consideration what I just shared with you tonight. Go back and confirm and verify what I just shared with you. Go to the IMF website. Go to the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, DCMA website. go to any of those platforms and take a look around. And look at your own platform within your community, within your jobs. Because as of right now, we're in the blockchain. We are actually in the blockchain. And transactions are being done in an instance. I can purchase something today, it's clearing by today. It shows. There's no waiting or hoping, okay, I'm going to do this before my check, for my direct deposit. So by the time it hits, my check will deposit. That is the old way of doing business. Not anymore. Everything's at an instance. You write a check and there's no money in it, guess what? It's going to bounce. You're going to hit with fees. If you write a check and give it to a realtor, not realtor, but to do a transaction at a store, I'm going to use that way. They're going to scan that check and see if it works and see if there's fund available. And if it's not, it's going to reject that check. I've done that in an ancient way back in the 90s. I scanned the check and there was no money in there. And I tore that check up right in front of that individual. Let them know it's worthless. And I turned it into the authorities. But guys, this is real. Now, this is back 9 months ago. Fast forward, FedNow. Fast forward, we do have the Universal Monetary Unit now. Okay, it already launched. 2 things have already launched since that video was produced. So rest assured, in the higher ups above us, in the highest level of government and highest level of industry, highest level all the way up to of the state government, county, city, they already are aware of this. They're already implementing this stuff. And in just a matter of time, it'll reach down towards you and me. But as far as banking, and your bank teller may not know, but they should know already, it's already in place. I know in the credit card arena, it's already in place. I know that for sure. So things are going digital. It's here to stay. Just make sure you're educated, verify and confirm everything I just shared with you, and make sure you do something about it to prepare yourself. Because there's going to be a lot of folks that's going to hurt if they're not ready. And I'm serious about that. I can't advise you anything to get with a financial advisor on that. But I just want to bring awareness. This is already here. The wave is here. So keep yourself from drowning. Make sure you have a life raft and a boat or a yacht. In the meantime, guys, I'm so glad. I just wanted to show you this video, show you all the intricacies of what I'm talking about, of the Fed, this platform. And before I go, let me do this. Welcome to FedNow, Federal Reserve. We're already digital. Application sign-in, service status, contact, cash, checks, all that stuff dealing with accounting. We're just going to triplicate to the local communities. It's already at the big banks. It's already here, guys. It's already here. This is the official website. Here's our central bank right here. All this stuff directly dealing with that. ACH, all that. And wait till, in just a matter of time, when all this stuff is said and done, then this will come into play. Okay? I just want to share some education with you. The way I was educated a little bit more, but I just want to share this with you so you'll know. Okay? But anyway, guys, I thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your time. And I'm sorry about humor, but sometimes I'm just a sarcastic individual. And some things I like, some things I don't like. Because as a Christian, I have some reserved feelings about this. So I'm going to do a little bit more research. And in the meantime, it's here. There's nothing you can do to change it. It's locked in. Any type of transaction, it's locked in. There's no way you can erase it. It's not going to be gone. It will be here for years to come. So Be mindful of what you have. Be wise. Study, research, verify, pray, study. In the meantime, guys, this is Reverend Dr. Antonio Arnold signing off to all my brothers and sisters of Christ and all my millionaire mindset individuals and soldiers. Airborne.